Hey you, it's me Beepoo. This video is just a short tech tutorial. I'm going to put the timestamps on screen right here. This is not for a beginner guide, so I'm not going to over-explain things. But at the end of the video, I will show off some clips that I have that further show how useful some of these techs are, or to show examples on how some techs can be used, because there are some miscellaneous techs in here, such as the Repel and the Moonleap. I probably won't show off a Moonleap because I don't really do them that much, but we'll see. Anyways, I hope you enjoy, and see ya, and thank you for 100 subscribers. Okay, the first tech I want to go over is Slingshot. It is Kaneki's easiest tech that he has. It's just using a second or third leap right after the previous, and it basically just doubles the momentum of the leap itself. So if I were to shoot this tree and then that gen, my second leap will be extremely quick, also launching me forwards with my slide. This is very useful for getting across the map for map pressure, and also for easy cutoffs. Like for example, let's say someone's holding W here, I can go across and then beat them to the pallet. That's how you use it in chase. Or if you're just trying to get this gen that just got deadlocked, I would also start from over there and just usually after a slingshot you would slingshot and then immediately cancel to start your cooldown, but obviously it depends. Like if you really need to last second make it to a generator, for example, then you use your third leap to go a little faster. Or if there's someone you can bite, you can obviously bite them. Or if, cutting off. But if you're just using it for mobility, you should usually just cancel after your second leap. And I think that's it for Slingshot. Alright, so I almost forgot to say this about Slingshot earlier, is that it has this cool property where if you slingshot over a hole, you'll just go over it. So since this floor is lined up with this floor, if I manage to slingshot, like if I land here and slingshot over, I will go over it. I don't really know how to pull it off here, for example, but I can try. Hold on. Like that. If you gotta be really quick if you're on higher ping like I am. Well, I'm kind of at like average ping, but the lower your ping, again, just slingshot in general, the easier that will be for you, or the better that will be. But just something interesting I wanted to talk about for slingshot. Another useful tech, which I would say is the second easiest to pull off, not really to hit people with, but it's the easiest to pull off, in my opinion, is the Chet slide, which is using your first leap while moving over and last second. Like if I'm holding right here, then I last second press M1, I'll go around this wall like this. That's a Chet slide. It does this bug every so often, but obviously that's useful for cutoffs, getting bites, or just going slightly faster to get around a corner. But that's kind of it. It's mostly used for bites. It makes bites easier. Like for example, let's say someone's going for this window, I could use Chet slide to bump off here, then I'd bite them right here and just immediately get my power. And I think that's it for Chet slide. Not very much to say about it. Okay, the next section will be about velos. A velo is using the velocity from your first or second leap, and then whilst during the slide you shoot an object that you won't be able to see. For example, if I shoot right here and then while sliding I shoot the locker, I will be all the way over on that side of the shack. Like this. This is probably Kaneki's most kind of niche, not very needed tech, but it is cool. That's kind of the biggest part. It's very cool, and it's why I play the character. And another thing, someone specifically wanted me to do the shack cutoff. So I'm going to give some tips on how to do it. The shack cutoff being this one. It looks very cool. It is very useful. It usually how you should be getting downs on this loop. So what you do is you stand in the middle of the shack. You aim somewhere around here on the pallet. And then once you're around here, you hold S and you go and press D. And then you shoot walls, like right about now. Like as soon as you turn the corner. And then you should turn to the right so you don't vault the window. And that's how you do the shack Velo. I have an entire video on Velo lineups that you can find in the description if I remember to put it in. Alright, for this next section, I want to talk about a more advanced tech that's really hard to pull off and really isn't worth going for unless if you're very comfortable with the character, and that is repels. To explain a repel, it's basically just a velo, but instead of going around a wall, you're going under something. So right before you fall, so let me explain it. So you would, to repel here, you would shoot this, and with the velocity of your first leap, you would fall down, but you would shoot your second leap right before you fall. And then you would go somewhere around over here and use your third leap to like block this pallet, for example. If I could pull it off real quick. It looks very cool. And you can block them right here. This tech doesn't really, like it really shouldn't work, but it does work because nobody expects you to do it. But it is really cool. If you want a video on every repel spot that I know about, I will happily make that for you guys. But if you're newer to Ghoul, I would not bother learning this. It is not that necessary, but it looks cool though. That's about it. The next tech I wanted to cover is probably the most useless tech he has. It's only flare. It has no benefit. It just looks cool. And that would be Moonleaping. So Moonleaping is basically shooting something, then immediately turning, and during your leap you'll be going backwards. The only thing I could say is beneficial is that you're like technically already turned around. So if I moonleap, hold on, I'm not really good at it because again it's not really worth learning. But if I moonleap here, like now I'm already looking at this, but like it only looks cool. There's no actual benefit other than maybe already aiming at something you want to be at. But I can try and show it off again. See that I was turned around? That's because I flicked right before I clicked on for my second leap. And it doesn't really do anything other than just looking cool. Once again, if you are a newer player, I would not bother learning this. It is just a headache and it doesn't do anything. At least repels had some benefit, but this one does not.